Hey everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, we're gonna talk Season 1 and the whole new experience, and by we, I actually mean we. I'm joined by Odd1 Gaming, Hell Hades, and Ragewood. Welcome everybody.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello, hello.
So, before we get into the Season 1 shenanigans and excitement, because it is fun, I have to say, I do want to quickly address the reality of we know there's a lot going on in the background right now with Dragonheir Silent Gods. Season 2 and Season 3 and the future Season 4 are a little messy right now, but I think most of us, content creator-wise, are trying our best to be patient, and I'm going to still encourage the community to be a little bit patient as well, because we know there's merger stuff happening with the business side of things, with the publisher side of things of the game, and it's delayed a lot. And unfortunately, because of all this merger stuff happening, they're not allowed to say stuff. We don't know when the half-year anniversary, which is no longer that, is coming for the events. We don't know when the D&D collab event is happening, but we do know that Season 4 is going to be a copy of Season 3. Unfortunately, there's going to be no new story until Otherworld, but they are supposed to be bringing a new Vortex-type boss fight to the game, so that's exciting.
Oh.
So I think even though we know we have another season of minimal content, I'm hoping the future could possibly be bright. And personally, I'm gonna give them that chance of, let's see what happens once things really get settled for them. Like, what do you guys think? How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, same. There's a few games, one that we've all played, which we won't mention, that had bumpy bits in the beginning, and now look at it. So there's no reason why this one can't be the same.
Yeah, I think it is a challenge. Like when someone's going through change of ownership, it does just slow things down. They're obviously reevaluating some of the different things within the game. You know, do they want to continue pushed in the same way? But it's interesting. Like doing a new account from Season 1, I wasn't super active in Season 1 when I did my first account. I was kind of like just playing as a bit of a bit part, and you know, it's definitely felt like a different game even coming in Season 1 for me. So I think there's still some positives out there, but obviously for those longer term players, it's a challenge because you know you kind of sign up for this seasonal cool stuff coming every time, and we're not really feeling that at the moment.
Yeah, and I think it's the thing is, it was starting to go really well, like the way they were doing things, honestly. Because one of the things that I'm always happy about, I always want to mention, because we do give them crap as content creators when they do wrong, but always try to give them props when they do good. So, for example, the thing that we've been pushing, like at least me and Ivy, I'm not sure if you guys were playing during CBT, like the closed beta, well, everybody was pushing, give us a chance to get legendaries from Starlight. So they did do that. We did have some cool stuff with the gear preset. So they were trying to do some good stuff. Plus now with the whole thing in Season 1, which is why we are all here, they are doing some amazing stuff. But I guess, yeah, the whole merger kind of pushed everything a little bit back. So I guess same thing. I really love this game. I'm becoming a bit with it, but I'm still trying to give them a chance because of the transit they're going through. And again, I'm urging myself, the community, to wait around because this game has amazing potential. I love it. It's an amazing game.
I didn't actually play Season 1.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
No,
oh yeah. So wait. Yeah. How does everybody? You played? When did you play? What's your deal?
I started in closed beta, and then I stopped when Season 1 started, just for reasons. And then I joined back, I think, 2 days before the server actually ended.
I remember you did like with the server invite thing. You got on to the next season by using the server.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say I was quite casual Season 1 and Season 2 for my first account, and in Season 3, I'd say I properly got into the game. So, you know, when you guys were like, we're going to do a new Season 1 account, I was thinking, this is cool, actually, because I want to kind of like properly experience it all the way through and see how, you know, either a low spend or free to play, like how well you can do in this game with some of the changes they made.
Yeah, and we obviously, me and Ivy both started. Actually, you started.
I started. I'm the oldest here. Yeah. Yeah. Odd1, when did you started with CBT2, right?
Yeah, started with CBT2, which I think was July or May of last year. Like it's already been a year. Because I know that Season 0 was like 6 months. So I think it was like March, April, and then like I was grinding hardcore even in CBT because I was like, I was really excited. It was really interesting.
was
But
fun.
obviously, because the end game gets to the point where we know how it is, doing 3 months of the same thing obviously got boring. But then season 1 launched, then was more fun, more grinding.
Yeah, so I started with CBT1 at the end of it. So I had a test server at the end of CBT1. So I got to experience a completely different game because that was before seasons existed. The game was, when you first logged in, you had a free Acilia and a Charlatch on like the 30-day login. It was pretty cool. It was a really very, very, very generous game. And like the burn heroes were in the game. Defense penalty was a normal debuff on heroes. Summoners were the best things in the game, which is ironic because they're like the worst.
Everyone played Charlotte because he was one of two that
he's the
actually had
best.
it.
He was good. He was free, and then his summon, his Fear Bearer, placed defense penalty as an AoE. Like, it was so good. But then they changed it completely, and it became this very stingy feeling, pay-to-win game, as people say, which was not the devs' intent. They wanted the game to not feel that way. That's how they have said it anyway. And so, but I don't think they quite understood that taking away so much generosity really comes across that way. And then now here we are in season 1. It's back to that amazing, generous, fun, exciting gacha vibe, right? Like I was so excited playing every day and feeling, oh, 5 more to do, another 5 pull, another 5 pull. Like I couldn't believe it. It took me 10 days to do 13 days to do 80 summons. The first week was 60 summons for me or something crazy. It was nuts. Were you guys too? Did you get about that?
Yeah, about the same.
I mean, yeah, I've just hit last week the kind of like guaranteed from 80, which, you know, feels really good. So I basically was guaranteed because I was also on pity. I was guaranteed like 2 legendaries in a pool session, which, you know, feels really cool. You're excited for what you're going to get. So, you know, for a free to play experience, I actually think they've done a good job at balancing out that kind of season 1, getting a lot of cool heroes.
10% chest. 10% chest. Let's go.
Oh, I missed that. Nice.
Yeah, it definitely feels. It definitely is a completely new way of seeing the game now. Because, like, I remember when we were in season 1, even though we were spending it, we had to spend a lot to hit the 80 guarantee. I think in the season 1 we only got to like 30 or 35, but even by using the War Marrow before, that's all we got in the first month. So there was no way without spending for you to completely hit the 80.
Yeah.
And now this time around, like same as you guys, like day 11, I already hit it. I did spend some of the War Marrow transferred into heal lights, but I hit the 80 and it definitely feels better. You know, when you see that banner over there, you want to hit it. It's a perception thing, I think, as well, for somebody that starts, especially as a free-to-play. You see it, you're like, oh man, I'm going to hit it. And the way it was before is like, I did everything I could and I cannot hit it. It's impossible. And now you're like, oh my god, 2 weeks in.
I feel like, I don't even know if people hit, well, maybe 80 the whole season, but barely. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if people didn't even hit 80 summons the whole season the way it used to be. Right?
Yeah, if you used everything, like if you used all the War Marrow, maybe you could get to 80, 100.
Hey,
from collecting everything from Fae and, you know, Bill of Trials and all that.
Yeah. And have you guys had any legendaries from the Starlight summons?
Okay, so no for me, no Starlight and no Horn.
Yeah,
nice.
Starlight.
Yeah, no Horn, no Starlight for me.
Okay, good.
Odd one. What did you get? He did though.
I did get one from Starlight.
You did? Oh man. You're like the luckiest guy I've ever met, honestly.
I swear, whenever I start a free-to-play, it seems like now it's in any game, I just get the luckiest person ever. Like, I got Sagomir from Starlight, and I guess since we're talking polls and summons, before we go more into it, right? Day 3, I had Witch's Remains. Which is basically dupe legendary.
Day 3?
Day
How?
3.
Just
that's crazy.
Jelly.
And it was a cool pull because it was a double legendary 5 pull.
So which legendary did you get the double up on?
Vinyara, which was actually, if I'm not mistaken, Vinyara was actually my first legendary pull. She's amazing, by the way. She's an account carry.
Vinyara was my first pull, and what was really refreshing is I still don't have her on my main.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have
So
any.
like I haven't done Ancient Battlefield yet. Because I'm a little bit behind, but I know she's just gonna carry me through that.
All dungeons she's gonna carry you. I'm using her in Venom, and basically because of her ultimate being 16 second, if she hits it at the right time, you kind of push that boss's turn to be almost close to the 18 seconds, so you get time to rotate everything.
So my first was Lucian, and I was excited when I pulled him because I didn't have him on my main, and I know he's cool. But then the harsh reality of like, yeah, he's cool for arena, and that's about it, set in, and I don't use him at all. So it's kind of a sad run for me so far. I've been very unlucky compared to a lot of people. So my totals is, let's see, I got Lucian, and then I got Tall War, and that was like out of like two. That was almost 2 pities, unfortunately. Like it was like 60 summons or something. I was not very lucky. And then I got Sutha with Tall War. I got Sutha and Tall War in 1-5 pull. Like the Horn legendaries. I don't know what's the deal with that. It's super weird.
No.
And then I finally got lucky and got Tauren. So that's something awesome for this account, especially with summoners being pretty good, honestly, now, with Isotarian being solid. Tauren's a really fun pull. So that's all I have, though. I only have 4 pulled legendaries total. Odd One, what about you? How much do you have now?
Okay, let me get out of my Venom run so I can count them. Yes, I pulled that many.
Okay, fine. Hell Hades, what about you? How'd you do? What's your legendary story?
I've got a decent amount of legendaries. I just don't feel like I've had like top tier ones. So I've got Dorica, I've got Eric, I've got Felicity. Felicity's probably my favorite of the pulls that I've had. I've got Donella, and I've got Vicana.
Okay.
So a decent amount, like like I say, for season 1, definitely compared to my main account where I was buying shards early on. I feel like I've got more gold on the account than I had on that, and I've also, I've picked up most of the epics that I would love. I've got Frobath, I've got Adolphus, so I've got like epics that pair up with the legendaries that I'm actually using. So yeah, not bad in terms of pull rates, but probably not the best quality, I'd say.
I've pulled 8.
Oh wow!
Pulled 8. Wow.
I've pulled 8. Yeah. So I got 2 dupes. I did get a dupe Erich and a dupe Filto, which obviously just became artifacts straight away. I was really lucky. I got Lothair as my free one at 80.
Damn, exclusive legendary.
Yeah, which is nice.
That is really cool.
I'm running Corrin, the epic, with him, because I don't have any other poisoner. But it just straight away, I was just like, right, with Sigrid, Poison Fire is my others. I got Vinyara, Filto, Lucian, and Rash.
Wow. Yeah, you've been lucky.
So I kind of got, the funny thing for me as well is most of the ones that I pulled I don't have on my main account. So I have Losenia that I don't have on my main account, Tauren, Urion, Vinyara, then a dupe Vinyara, which would make the 5th, and I got Alton, Vicana, and then Sagomir from the Horde. So basically I pulled 8 legendaries as well.
Nice.
That's crazy. I'm just sitting over here with half that. It's fine.
I think it does show though, like it's free to play and this early experience. I mean, between us, that's a lot. That's a lot of legendary champion. I mean, I can't scroll up. I've got scrolls on none of them really. I haven't even invested scrolls in any yet because I'm just kind of
bought from the shop with my time. I bought with mass here with Wormaro. Hey, it refreshed. Wait, shoot. I bought the epics. I didn't buy all the legendaries yet. That's what it was. I already bought the epics, but I didn't buy the legendaries. Oh god.
Yeah, I bought all 10. I bought all 10 of the legendary ones because I'm obviously, with what I pulled, it shaped up to be a good ice and necro team. So I straight up booked my Vinyara. She's just so amazing everywhere. Go for it.
I did fine.
Nice.
That's all I could do right now, but it's fine.
Even if you just go with Erich, because this season
I already booked Erich for sure. Yeah.
I still think I'm gonna do the same thing for Vortex. I'm gonna go with Wild because I pulled Tunnel on as well. Plus, I also have Alfie.
And you have V-Cook for support.
Yeah, V-Cook. I just need to get the Fruit Bath.
That's one of the things. So did you guys? So here's our debate, guys. This is our free to play accounts, but a lot of people did go with the $1 epic chest to pick one. And if you did that, you get Vcook as well because, you know, he's the special thing. So like, there's the $1 selection chest, which is totally worth it. Anyone playing should just do that. Period. But it's kind of a bonus because you get 2 for the price of 1. You get a Vcook as well. So I decided not to do it just because I did the free-to-play label, but if I did it, I would just have a disclaimer every video being like, well, I'm semi-free-to-play. It's only $1, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to clarify, I didn't spend. I pulled Vcook from a Starlight.
Yes.
Yeah, so at the moment I've not done that, but I am thinking to do it. I'm thinking, I was kind of just waiting to see what gaps I've really got for, you know, more towards the end game teams when we start to do the kind of more like the world boss stuff. But
That's true.
yeah, at the moment I have pulled already a lot of the good epics that I would want anyway. So I was actually thinking of Tolan on for mine if I was to pick one up, which would fit my team really well.
I'm with Ivy. I'm trying to be a purist and
Are you? Yeah.
not get it because I pulled 2 fur baths really early and an Adolphus. I've got Garius. The only one I don't have
Garius is the need. Oh, I wish.
Yeah, I don't have Voresh, so I'm going to see how long I
me neither.
go without. But I'm going to try and stick to being a purist and not buy it.
Yeah, I think based on wanting to go with Wild, I guess Furboth would be more wanted for me because that would be the right synergy this season. It's kind of funny to go back to that. And I feel like, all right, so I feel like I like the new domain system better as well. How do you guys feel about the new dungeons? So we have 12 stages for the dungeons now instead of the old, right? It's like the, let's see, we pop in over here. Let's go to 1. So instead of the old 5 for domain, it's now 12. For the others, it's 12 as well. I feel like it seems easier to max out heroes as far as the domains go, but it feels harder to do the dungeons to get legendary gear. That's my personal feel. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would agree. And I also like the fact that just from doing your journal missions, they give you the crystals to make your first.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that as well.
That's awesome. That's a good point. So here we could actually go in and select the crystals if we need to and not have to go farm for a few if you're missing some. That definitely saves some time.
Especially if you're doing wild and poison like I've done. Like we all know you can't, or it's harder to do the dungeon for the team that you're building. So this just makes it easier to get that team going.
Is everyone's main team wild and poison, by the way?
Yeah, that's mine. Not his though, yeah.
Not odd one. Okay.
I'm Ice and Necro. I actually went because I got Thorin and then I got Yurion as an amazing tank plus Losenia. Pretty much used those with Usha and then actually Cetarian. And I'm not gonna lie, test him a little bit, but I have to give shout out to Pip. Like Pip has done some crazy stuff.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, honestly,
Pip is crazy.
They went, oh, I've just done level 12 on everything. I'm like, I haven't done 9 on half of it yet.
Yeah.
So you guys, this is Pip. He's at on all the leaderboards. Free Pip. I think he did the $1. I believe he wanted. He's like, I want Garius. I'm pretty
on his
sure.
main. Yeah, I think on his main he's fully free to play or like $1, something like that.
Right.
I think both of them. I think he used $1 here too, actually, but it might be free to play. But either way, this guy is at the top of every leaderboard and in the Vortex runs as well. And again, free to play ish or $1 at most. So it just goes to show like the smart grind and how generous the game is now. It actually allows other people to compete. It's not just. Because, like, with how many legendaries we already pulled, like, you could have gotten some super OP ones. Like, we really could have. Or, you got Ragewood, you got an exclusive already. That's pretty freaking cool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said before we started recording, I'm 44 in Vortex, and I have not been grinding properly. Because we had the whole christening and family over for the last 2 weeks, so... If I'm 44 like this, and then you look at Pip, he's 4th in there.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Look at this team though. This is Behringer, and like so he got a super rare to pull hero in Berengar, which is really freaking cool. But it's like he's using Isotarian as his main DPS, which we would not have expected if you said that a few months ago. It was like the worst epic in the game. He's using Devrick, a random ass epic that is okay for attack penalty because he's not even 100% chance to land it. And here he's part of his core team as well. It's just like he put together this really creative team.
Actually crazy, yeah.
Isn't that amazing how good he's doing, this team? It's nuts. So yeah, he did grind. Every day something opened, he went to the max of it every single day, whether that be Fae or next set of dungeons, boom, got to the end. So you could see he's rocking legendary gear sets, mythic gloves. Like he's already been farming like a crazy person. Mythic chests, he's already got like the gear down. And here I haven't even done the legendary gear farming for half of those yet. I don't know about you guys. How are you guys doing in the dungeons for gear farming?
I mean, I'm not doing that. Sure. Yeah, I was starting to get some legendary stuff through, but nowhere near to that quality. I mean, that's actually crazy. Is Isotarian that good now?
This is a boosted necro damage week, so consider that as well. But
yeah, okay, yeah. Like, so I had a couple of summoners. I was like, I still don't really feel like it was worth investing in the summoners, but maybe I was wrong, actually.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Crazy. Yeah,
I think for single target damage, Citadin is actually really good, and the fact that on the battle skill, him and the dragon hit a bit kind of makes him a really viable option for early on, at least. You know, up until you get those 3 frosts, 3 wilds, and everything else, I think he's really good. Really good to use. That's what I'm using as well in Vortex. And he's basically, even with the boost, he kind of goes, obviously goes over Usha, and we all know how hard Usha hits.
Shoot, not challenge.
But I think with, even without the boost, I think his damage would be just on par with Usha's. Especially because we have that specific artifact that, you know, gives us the crit rate, doesn't give us the benefit of what the boost is, but that artifact that we get for free gives us more crit rate. Definitely helps to put it on him, because it can only go on necro people.
And there's another free-to-play community member here, Daniel, who is like the Starlight Challenge leader. He was like the one who joined with me with that. He is using Isotarian Joyce. He got a Gulend. Like, that's another fun example of some stuff you wouldn't expect to see in Vortex, probably.
Yeah, it's cool.
But people are really doing a good job pushing these creative teams. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised to see some of these. Let's see, where are you, Odd One? Let's see, where's your team?
44 I should be.
Oh, wait, did I pass you?
If you're looking at yesterday.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so this is like, you look at this team, you see like the legendaries, you wouldn't think free to play. It just shows how much a difference it is. It's so crazy. So I think a big part of that is just, like, they're really giving us heliolites in many different forms. It's not just, I guess, I don't know, it's not just here. Like, this is actually pretty cool though. Every single page is now heliolite, exactly. Behind Oddwin's head there is now heliolite instead of starlight with an epic scroll. Like, that's great. Really, really great. And then it's all the bonuses we got from this new journey thing, 5, and then a whole bunch of scrolls to get the legendary up.
Did you feel like that was almost like too quick to be able to get that done? Because I felt like I was getting the legendary in just a couple of days, and I actually quite enjoy the kind of, right, let's go into the next kind of like set of quests, and you know, what do we need to be doing? I just felt like I was clearing it so fast that it was almost like it wasn't there. It was, you know, it's like I'll come back, okay, well, I've just done the next full page.
Well, it is like a 7-day journey, so I think it's meant to be done in the first week. But I do think, like, personally, I'm already stuck on these pages. I can't do the stage 7s like everybody else seems to be able to. But I think you guys said you're stuck here too, then? Are you guys stuck on the 7s a little bit? At all?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them done. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not tried Rot 7 yet, but I think I could do it. I'm basically, when it comes to dungeons, I'm doing Venom 10. I'm doing Curse 10. I think I'm on 7 with Heretical Ruin. Basically, I always focus after Goblin. I focus Venom, and then only after that slowly start pushing. Because for Venom, it's pretty simple. Good tank, couple of healers, an attack penalty, a good DPS, and you're good to go. Whereas when it comes to the other ones, you obviously have to specialize and start building different people. Like, for example, for Rot, which is the thing that I'm stuck on, like stage 7, I know that I will have to build a Fetch, plus maybe another Cleanser, another Healer, to try and deal with the mechanics. But
Have you
I
got
wanna
level
touch-
100 heroes for your main teams?
No.
No.
I only have two level 97s. Average, which I'm not using anywhere. I just got them there.
I have
And it's
3.
Italian, and then just 95s in there. But I
Yeah,
want to
so
touch a
I'm
bit on
only
the
just-
subject with summons, like we were talking how many we get. It's I feel like this is tricky. We get a ton at the beginning, like even in the tower defense, everyone that you beat, you get
Yeah.
a ton. I'm not sure if that's the perfect way to do it, because like after you're past that and the page just straight up stops.
Mhm.
Like you don't get anywhere. I'm not sure that's the best way. You're like, oh my god, this game's so generous.
It just like been cut
And then-
off all of a sudden. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not sure if this was the best way. Like maybe I'm missing Faye. I don't know. Maybe we get a lot more in Faye that I'm not seeing, but
I don't
even
think
in
you get
Faye, it's like once
hundreds.
every 10, 20.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a good way to do it at the start, but maybe some of them should have been more spread out or something. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, what about you, Ragewood, with your dungeons? How are you feeling?
So Dungeons Venom, I can do 9. So talking about the sort of trials, I'm actually on chapter 19,
Oh,
where it's like clear, curse 8, rot 8, etc. The only one that I've done is Venom. Everything else I'm stuck on 7. Sigrid is great for rot, but I don't have a cleanser, so she's not quite enough to push me through that yet. But yeah, we'll work on it.
Do you not have fit?
I do not have fits. No.
Oh,
Did you
wow.
use your rare chest yet?
Yes, I did use the red chest.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
I
still
used-
use it.
I used it to get Sigrid.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Fair
I did
enough.
the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think you're right though, Odd One, about the summoning. Like, if you blast through and you do everything at a good pace, like if you're more like Pip and less like me, because we had lots of personal life stuff going on at the time. It was really bad timing, so I did not keep up well with everything. And if you're actually keeping up with all the content daily, you're just gonna be done with the content, and then you're gonna have a month or two of what? Nothing, and then you're gonna feel like the game's not generous anymore. So I do think you're right. It might have a bit of a drop off of excitement that's too much early on and then just stops. And then you're gonna feel season 2, where's the generosity? Season 3, where's the generosity? I think that's a big problem with the way they heavy front loaded the way they're doing it. I really hope that the future, I guess the events that they have planned, we know what's planned, which sound very generous, which will be like the Oak Blossom, which should have been the half-year anniversary event. They're going to have to keep up regular events like those in order to keep players excited, I think, right? Would you guys agree? Because I feel like it's just, yeah, it's going to drop off and people are going to quit because they're like, where'd the generosity go?
Yeah, I think that's always a challenge. Like if you are super generous and then you just cut that off, I think it feels like, you know, you suddenly get the comments, it was a trap, it was a bait, you know,
Yeah.
that type of feel. Especially when, you know, if they start dropping the next, big collab with D&D, and then it's like, well,
Yeah.
generally you're going to need some summons for that. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's good. I think they've definitely made some good changes to the game. Like for me, it's no doubt it feels a way better early game, and you know the fact that I can already start to make some pretty cool teams and start to think my way through the challenges we're up against, rather than just like, well, I've got one team that I'm going to build, and you know, and I'm just kind of like waiting it out. So there's definitely some improvements there, but I think, and it's kind of like what you said at the start, the fact that some of this stuff didn't flow through to people that have been playing for a while
Yeah.
felt pretty bad. Like, felt weird. It just felt weird. It's just a weird decision. But hopefully that's the sort of thing they're talking about now, is like, how do they make sure that there's a cool thing when you're in season 2 and a cool thing when you're in season 3, which has that same sort of, you know, feeling of generosity and same feeling of progression and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, they did say that that's something that they're looking into implementing
Yeah.
something similar for season 2 and 3. Just the only problem with the whole thing that they did is, like, you know, again, I was really vocal in the CC chat about this, is don't do it like this. Like, it's kind of like they started with it in season 1. It's amazing. We love it. We play it. I'm enjoying it so much. But it just feels like you're ignoring or you're slapping your veterans in the face. Like, people have been playing for 1 year. It's like, we got nothing. Like, why? Instead of implementing like this, I would just wait it. If I was the devs, I would have just waited and implemented all over a week, maybe. Like, okay, not all day one, but I would have implemented all of the seasons. Like, I don't know, day 1 on Monday do season 1, Wednesday do season 2, Friday do season 3, just to see like how things adapt. But just leaving it like this and then saying, okay, we're looking into it, that's never a good answer. You want to hear like, we're looking into it. It's
Yeah, I mean, imagine being people that are just finishing season 1 and then you go to season 2 and you're like, wait, where's the mythic gear? Just get rid of it, Brett.
Where's the 12 stages?
Why is there only 9? Oh wait, why is stage 7 so much harder? It's like, it's really weird for sure.
But the whole dungeon system, I feel like, because you asked about it earlier, I feel like they're better. It doesn't feel like you're as much stuck on passing just one stage as you were before. When we had 5 stages of Flame, from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 was a massive jump. It was like, took us a week to advance. Now, you're slowly, like, maybe every other day you push another level, So I feel like this way, with balancing a bit the difficulty, I like it. Like, I enjoy it.
Especially with Venom. Like, jumping from 8 to 9 previously is, like, so hard. And at least now you can progress, you can pick up a couple of legendary pieces and make it easier.
Yeah, it's not too. It's hard, but the jumps from 6 to 7, but yeah, it doesn't feel quite as bad as it did.
And I like that they eliminated the RNG side of when you're farming stuff.
Yeah, the odds. So that's one thing. The legendary drop rates. We used to complain that it's stupid to have to wait a whole month to get the legendary drop rate increase for how many of the shards you get, and that kind of gives you chances to get more of the actual pieces of gear. And now it's just a set number based on what stage you're doing, period. So there is still the RNG of these chances here, though. There is a little bit, but at least you know, like, guaranteed, you have a chance to get gear, but either way, you're getting this, period. Like, there's no question now. At least you know. I think that's really helpful for the domains too. I was
gonna say.
Yeah, the domains, it's perfect because now we know exactly how many we need to do in order to farm. Okay, like, I'm getting one of these. That means I need to go do 10 runs, 20 runs. Like, you know exactly what you need to do instead of hope you get the right side.
Just hoping what turns up. Yeah.
It eliminates the frustration of, like, I'm going to farm this for some frost ones and I keep getting necro. I get 7 necro, 2 frost. Like, give me the right ones. No, now you're like guaranteed, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And back on the comment of VCook here, this is an amazing change from Martina, right? This is someone that everyone could use. This is someone that helps you get through that annoying flame domain. Even though he's the wrong affinity, you can get away with your supports being the wrong affinity as long as you just give them survivability. And this is going to help people push the harder content like Rot with all those poisons and debuffs and flame domain, which is so hard to do. Unless even you get like Enna and Fitz as your budget version, but he's for $1 you can get a VCook plus something else. I think it's a really good deal.
I mean, I think the $1 chest anyway is, well, I actually like 2 things. I like the $1 chest where you can pick an epic up. So I think for anybody that wants to play a game like this for any length of time, that's a pretty fair
it's awesome
price, you know, in terms of, okay, I'll invest $1. You know, okay, we go out a chocolate bar today, sort of thing. So, like, that I think is good. But also I like the rare chests as well, because rares in this game, some of them are actually pretty cool. And, you know, after a few days thinking, right, well, which rare am I going to pick up? I think also is a nice kind of touch. So the 2 together for me are really good.
I agree. And you can kind of like pair them too. I always say that's why the reason I still push Vorash over Garius as the person to pick from this chest is because he pairs so well with Sigrid, who you could also get for free. And like, I really think that pairing alone is just worth it for the first season at least. It's so helpful. And I feel obviously Vorash can be used in everything. I get people picking Garius though. It's really good for like Vortex and stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, I think that combination of the free epic and the free rare, you can really synergize well with your decision making even.
I'm team Furbath on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Just
Yeah.
true.
because in season 1 they're the same affinity as Sigrid, whereas Voresh isn't.
That's true. Yeah, there's a
I
lot.
think I would still go with Voresh, honestly.
I
Even though
still would too.
I would really love a Frurbath as well, because that's what I would miss for my wild team.
I'm
But I
staying
think
loyal
people
to
don't-
my forest troll.
Yeah,
Now-
I'm like, I pulled that many legendaries, but still did not get one of the top 3 epics yet. No Vikuk, no Frurbath, no not Vikuk, no Voresh, no Frurbath, no Garius. Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Yeah, the only one of those I didn't pull is Baresh, but then I do have some good debuffers anyway. So I actually feel like epic wise, I've done really well. Yeah, even with that chest, I'm thinking it's a luxury to pick up the $1 chest if I was going to do it, because I actually already got, and I already have summoned Vikuk as well. So yeah,
Oh,
I kind
wow.
of picked up a bunch of the good ones already. Probably have more luck with epics than legendaries, I'd say.
I think for me, I would have to get Frurbath, you know, because look at my team. It's a reality. Yeah, if I got Sigrid and I'm going wild, I'm missing a healer / another support. So yeah, I'd have to say Frurbath might even be a better decision if you happen to get this sort of thing like Tunnel on early, or if you got a Flora or something crazy and got lucky. Or yeah, you got
Yeah, that's-
Lothair, Ragewood, so Frurbath would be perfect for you too.
Yeah, Frurbath and Adolphus, they're
Ugh,
trying to carry me through Vortex.
jealous. I'm jealous.
I'm waiting for, I think next week it's derivative damage, so hopefully I'll climb a few spots then.
Oh, yeah. Poison's going to be good for that.
I'm screwed
It's
there.
Fine.
It's fine. We're just gonna
No Flora
suck at
or wait for
Vortex
hungry
all
hounds.
season. It's
You
fine.
just got to pull a Flora. You just got to pull a Flora and you're good.
Alrighty, well, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but yeah, I really wanted to kind of get a sense to see if we all, I think we all kind of agree. It's just, they did a good job implementing this season 1. Now, we hope the future seasonal experience can change. This is a great foundation, though, for allowing people to have an exciting start and then move on to whatever the current season is, right? Like, this is a really good way for them to kind of encourage the whole catch-up mechanic style that we're asking for. So that way you play through season 1, you do the story, you have all this generosity of tons of summons and excitement, and then you go into whatever season everybody else is on. I don't think we need all the in-between fluff, right? You guys are all team, get everybody together, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think so, big time. Yeah.
It has to happen.
So
I have a feeling that maybe that's why they did it this way.
maybe it's like the
'Cause
first
it's,
step.
It's a really, it's
Yeah.
a first step. It's a really good push. It's like get you started, get you, a few of those legendaries in there. And then if you're just basically thrown to like the most up-to-date season, you would still feel like, okay, I do have some stuff. Because at the end of the day, there should be ways to just implement them newer seasons together. Not like you match up with someone who's been playing for a year. So
Yeah.
hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
It's quite weird. So on hellhades.com, we've got the Dragonheir section, and we find it really challenging to like rank or rate people or rate heroes, because
Yeah.
each season, depending on the kind of
That's
like
true,
the
the
matchups, it
synergy,
completely
they could be-
changes how good they are. And we've got some names on there which people will not even have in their season yet because it's not been released, and it becomes awkward for content creators to do the content you would normally do for this style of game, I guess. And so almost at the moment we're like, well, do we need a different seasonal tab to talk about the good synergies? It would be so much better if it's just like everyone after season 1, maybe everyone's just in the same group of content and playing the same game in effect.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what we're asking for, because we
Yeah.
even had a little bit back in the day discussion because we started pushing this. I think when it was season 2, we started pushing it in the CC chat, saying that like you need a catch-up mechanic, and there were other CCs and other people saying like, what do you mean your content is always going to be there? It's not going to be relevant. Well,
Nope.
with this change, all of our season
Yeah.
1 basically videos are irrelevant. So it's it makes it tough, especially for us. Like if you do it as a full-time job, if stuff keeps changing like this, obviously views are going to drop because less and less people are going to be in the highest tier of seasons. It's going to be not worth it to make videos anymore.
Yeah.
Another positive thing leaning towards, they've made these changes for potentially that to happen, is the seasonal shops. They've introduced Util, they
true.
will do.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Ardreth, Aladia probably eventually. So
Yeah.
people can do season 1, jump into whichever's the most current and go, oh yeah, I'll pick up that guy because they were really good, etc.
What we just heard in chat today was her saying there is the plan, like that is their intent to go forward, is figure out the season thing. So it really does seem like they've officially like
Fingers
or
crossed.
semi
Fingers crossed. Come on,
semi-official, I don't know, okay, unofficially have decided they are going to figure out the seasonal catch-up thing, where I don't think they were going to before. I really don't, based on our discussions, unfortunately, but it's just a matter of time, right? It sounds like that's complicated, and it's something it's going to be really hard to implement. It's easy if they started the game that way, but to deal with what's already
Yeah, it's a big
existing
change.
must be the hard part.
I mean, honestly, if you look at what season 3 and what we heard season 4 is gonna be, there's not much that people are skipping. I'm not gonna lie. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. It's like season 1, yes, it's a full season, 30 days, map things. Season 2, you had 15 minutes of content. Season 3, 5 minutes. Like, what? What do I need to do? Just throw me the latest season and fair enough. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
come on. Come on, it's not like there's a beautiful story you're missing. What? The 5 minutes of it? Ivy has it on her channel. She records the story. Go watch Ivy's videos.
It's true. All right, so speaking of videos, channels, let's do the things. All right, Odd One, where can people find you for Dragonheir? What's your deal? Just YouTube
Well,
now, right? Or
Just YouTube now, because with the baby girl, I don't have the time to stream anymore. I'm trying to be, as you know, because you're the wifey, or the other way around. I'm trying to be a full, hands-on dad to help out as much as I can. And with both of us working at home, we gotta do with our schedule. So I'm all YouTube, all YouTube.
all right, well, Hades, you have a new YouTube for Dragonheir,
do.
right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to upload, 3 or 4 times a week. And I've kept it mainly season 1 focus. So I've kind of kept it mainly on this new account, this new free-to-play account. So I hope that's what people want, really, because I just felt like with my old content, which I was doing on my Raid channel, it was all like season 3 content, and people that were kind of like joining me along,
It's not relatable.
It was so
yeah.
irrelevant. Yeah, it was so
Mhm.
irrelevant for them. So yeah, hopefully people are enjoying this a bit more.
And Ragewood, are you still on Twitch, or are you doing
So-
both?
Where I still have a regular job, it's hard for me to schedule when I'm going to be on, etc. But I have been dipping my toes into YouTube and getting used to that. So I generally upload videos on a Thursday because that's my day off. And I'll spam 4 or 5, and then it might be another 3-4 days before you hear from me.
All right. Well, I will, of course, link all of your channels, and yeah, I really, really hope for only all of our sakes as content creators. Some of us, it is our job. Or Ragewood, if you're going to invest the time, I'm sure you would love for it to be good income eventually as well. Not only for all of our sake, but for the community's sake. I really hope the game bounces back. It was such a nice, exciting start. There were lots of disappointments, honestly. The game kept disappointing us, and people left, and that's just the reality. But I think if the season 1 changes show that they are willing to change a lot. They're willing to kind of revamp. This is a whole new experience and completely new vibe now. And if they can implement that feel throughout the entire game and unify the seasons, I think they should do a big rebranding and a big marketing push and try to get this game really going again. And I really hope so. It's my favorite game by far that I've played, and I don't know. I really hope the best for us, for the community, for the developers, the staff, everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Of course.
Listen to Ivy, Dragonheir, please.
She knows what's
We're
up.
trying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining me. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next videos.